mock. Hello everyone, this is the Pokeprof, and I finally get to bring you something I have been wanting to bring you for a long time. That is the World of Warcraft Mists of Pandaria Beta footage! Now, I did do the whole year thing to WoW, so do whatever you want with that. And, well, let me put it this way. Getting this to work was not easy in the slightest. First, we had to go and get the entire thing downloaded, which took forever with my crappy ass internet. And then we had to deal with the fact that I couldn't get the program to work, which turned out to be part of some weird little internet setup thing that I had at the time. Excuse me. But now, thankfully, we have it working. As you see here, we have Mayain, my paladin, and Aranis, my hunter, who is taking her sweet time to load. There she is. Now, because this is the preliminary video I'm going to be making for all of you, I'm not sure how often I'm going to do this. I'm going to try to do this at least once a day, get you something interesting. But since this is the very first video, I'm going to show you the two major real changes that I first saw when I first logged in. And that's first, the new setup for the creative character. Now, as you can clearly see, we have the pandas down here, and we'll get to them eventually. Probably we'll do a run-through of their beginning zone, but as you might see, the backgrounds are not completely loaded. Beta is beta, folks, so please keep this in mind. It's actually a small change since I last logged in. Monks had no weapon, now they have a staff. Kind of interesting, probably fits better. But, as you can see, it's actually giving us, when we check a character's class, giving us armor, showing them what they might look like at level 80 or 90, as the case might be with this expansion. As you can clearly see, the backgrounds for the Alliance is kind of bad at the moment. This is simply because they have gone through and are going to be changing all of the backgrounds for all the different characters. As you can already see, we got the new background for the Horde. I think the Blood Elves? I guess not. I know one of the other races had a change in background too. Although that could be when they've actually gone and selected a character, like over here on the screen. Which is, we can clearly see the humans have changed at least, so that's probably the case. But going back to the create a character screen, let us go for just giggles, create a warrior elf. And we get to see one of the other major changes as far as creating a character goes in World of Warcraft. We get to see a close-up on their skin color, and instead of just cycling through as we used to down here, we can go through here. Though the odd thing is, I seem to remember there being a wider range of colors. Or perhaps all the colors just look a lot similar now that they're all compared together. This could change. Beta is beta, as a famous Brit once said. And really, this is just the entire options right here. You can go to hairstyle. Hairstyle, I think, is probably going to be the easiest thing to really change here and really decide what you're wanting your character to look at. Hair color, markings for the Night Elves, of course. Really, it's in a similar way to what they have in more recent MMOs, which is, you know, that's WoW in a nutshell. They'll go and steal pretty much anything in terms of what you can do and what you have. And this applies for all the races. Orcs, humans. Hearing some of that panda music in the background. More info. This is something new. Oh, okay. So they actually hide what each class and race does. until you actually click it. Okay, that's interesting. I actually didn't even pay attention to that. Yeah, please keep in mind that I will not always pay attention to everything. Now, we will be making a panda eventually, and these are the classes currently available to them. Warrior, Hunter, Rogue, Priest, Shaman, Mage, Monk. I actually question why they even gave the pandas the Priest, because according to some of the lore I remember seeing in some of the beta footage that was released already, the pandas don't exactly know what the light is, and as far as I know, priests and healing and like that involves using the light, so that makes it quite odd. Anyway, now that I've shown you the basics of the new character creation screen right here, male, female, really, all that stuff, let me show you the other major thing that I noticed. But first, into the game as my hunter. Now, here we are within this halls of, well, not exactly halls, I'm kind of outside, of Stormwind. And really, you can see nothing has really changed, maybe a little bit more finer detailing and shadowing here and there, but nothing too tremendous in terms of change. Oh, thank you for yelling in my ear, Bala. We do have a change, however, in the mounts and pets pages. Currently has no hotkey. Okay, Bala, you're gonna dismiss for now. I don't need you yelling in my ear every 2 seconds. But the reason I show you this is because, as you can clearly see, at least on Uranus, I kind of went crazy in terms of mounts. I have quite a few mounts of pretty much from everywhere. Blue Beetle Tank, Brown Camel, Cenarian Hippogriff, Flying Machine, so on and so forth. The reason I'm showing you this, though, is because of what might happen when I switch over to my Ain, who doesn't have anywhere near as many mounts. Just give me a second and I shall show you. As you can clearly see, we also have the additional little pet things, which eventually we'll use for the Pokemon World of Warcraft battles, but as you can see here by the poor little Mookin hatchling not having all that many abilities, as in i.e. none, and the fact that none of the other pets that I have collected, of which I have almost 100, are showing at the moment. So yeah, the pets are kind of a ways away from being implemented. However, this next thing should be implemented, and I shall show you right now. Enter my Ain. Alright, that actually seemed to work quite well. Last time I did this, my character lagged out. Now, as I said with my Ain, I do not have anywhere near as many mounts on her as I do on Uranus. However, if the game would actually load... Okay, there is a big bug. Achievements must become available at level 10. I am level 85. So, well, that could be... This is beta, folks, so do not expect anything to work the first time around. So maybe the thing I had up here might not work. Now there's that. And there's that. And apparently it does not work, or at least it does not work for me. Alright, to explain what I was trying to set up was that recently they said they had implemented the ability to have different mounts for different... Excuse me, not different mounts, but achievement mounts for different classes to go, for different characters to go on every other character. Apparently mine either did not get affected by this, or perhaps has to do something with the achievement bug here. Let me try logging out real fast, see if that fixes it, and if it does not, well, I'm sorry folks. I honestly wish this had happened. If it doesn't, I will try one more thing by creating a new character using the... Oh, there it is! There's the Ice Mammoth. So, let's see if the Ice Mammoth is not the only one. Wow, this is really bugged. But, at the very least, there's my Albino Drake. There's my Azure Netherwing Drake. Did it actually give me all the mounts? Yes, it did. It gave me all the mounts from Uranus. My Kodo, I was kind of expecting, but... So let me see. There is also one other thing that could happen that might not exactly be true once all the bugs are worked out. But... Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Violet Protodrake. Here it is. Rumor has it that, at least for now, again, this is beta, so it might not be the same in the exact end. If I were to mount this... Yep, maximum flying. Something I did not have on my Paladin before, mainly because I haven't been bothered to save up the money for her. So, frankly, if this is the case, I would frankly prefer them to keep this. If only so that those of us who have a 310 flying mount, like my Hunter Uranus, aren't bothered with having to collect them all over again. Frankly, if this is the case, and I get to have all the mounts from my main onto my other characters, I frankly would prefer that overall, to where I'm not having to grind the same mounts over and over on any of my alts. Well, I think for now, though, that should be about it. So I shall end this off by mounting on my Paladin on one of my favorite mounts of all time that I've been able to get. Oh, can I even mount my flying machine? Nah. Probably is like, oh, we give you the mount, but we don't let you use it. Because you do not have the required thing. Alright, so there's my Rivender's mount. Ah, here it is. My favorite mount in the game. Until then, my friends, see you next time.